Guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube video, okay? Please be kind. I'm gonna make a small PvP enhancement guide for you guys. It's not gonna be for too long. We're gonna go through the basics and depending on the result, maybe I'll do more of a in-depth guide. Short info about me. I've been playing enhancement for a few years now. I love the spec. I think it's hilarious. I have reached a few gladiators, and finally now that enhancement is back into this expansion, Shadowlands, and it's good. We've successfully climbed some rating as well, which is really good. So we're 3.1 now. We're playing Discipline Turbo. It's really fun. I've been having a blast so far. Yeah, that's about me. So I'm gonna tell you about what we're gonna go through about this guide now. We're gonna talk about what's good for enhancement, what it brings to the table, what is bad versus. You have the stat priority, you have some talent choices. We're going through the legendary, 2 versus 2 comps, and 3 versus 3 comps, and then we're gonna talk about some conduits as well for you guys. First off, I'm gonna say that Venther is the only choice if you want to climb high rating. I think Chain Harvest is a kind of a broken spell actually. I don't think it costs too much mana. No, 1k mana, and you can heal for 30k, or you can like crit for 20k damage. And it's on to 5 targets, so it's really, really good. It's really, really good. And it can be used offensive and defensive, so that's nice. So we're gonna go through what it's good for now. I think enhancement is good versus most stuff. I don't think it's generally such a bad class. I feel like it's really good versus range. You can kick, you can purge, you have tremor. Cap totem is almost never gonna go off, but hey, you're wasting somebody's global to kill it. And then you have really good off healing, and then you have Ghost Wolf. I think that people are using it a bit too little, to kite some damage or avoid damage. I think it's really good. I think it's bad versus Frost DKs. I hate it. I despise it. I think it's annoying to play versus. I hate my life when I play versus a Frost DK. My kick goes from 12 seconds to 16 seconds. It's disgusting. My ascendance is never going to be up again, I can only use it probably like once every arena compared to twice otherwise. I think the mobility is not that great. I don't think it's too bad either. You can talent into a charge as well, which is pretty good. I would not recommend that versus melees though. You need another talent for that. Yeah. Tell me if I missed something about there. I think that hit most of the parts. Stat priority, guys. So, most people want to go for high-end Versa, and then they want to go for haste. I've gone for crit because of the crit buff. I think it's insane. I think for Disc Turbo, I think that you need that extra crit, opportunity, to maybe down somebody. And you're gonna see why I play crit, because I'm gonna stack it up 10% more. You're gonna see it later when we go to conduits. But we kind of need this for damage. My warrior goes for crit verse as well, so we're going for big hits, like 1 taps. It's really nice. I like it. It's fun. But if you play, let's say like Turbo with a Holo Paladin, I would just go for haste. You have more. You're gonna have a longer game. You're gonna do more damage with it. It's just really good overall. You get more procs. Same goes to Mastery. If you want more procs, you can take a few points in Mastery. I haven't done it too much. I think it's just my weapons that gives me Mastery. And then this. I'm going to change this as well. Yes. We're going to go through some talent choices now, guys. I almost never ever change my talents. Not going to lie. It almost looks the same every single time. Since I played the Doomwind's Legendary, we're going to go through what it does afterwards. I'm going to play Forceful Winds, I'm going to play Storm Flurry, and what people don't know about Storm Flurry, I think, maybe the high enhancement shamans knows about it, Wind Fury. So, let's say you want to break off your burst, you have this legendary, when you drop it, you get a 100% chance to gain Wind Fury damage, and it's increased by 25%. That's why you play this. It's a 5-stack buff, 35%, it's really good. What was I talking about? Yeah, exactly, the Storm Flurry. Right, so Storm Strike has a 25% chance to strike a target for additional time for 40% of the damage. We don't care too much about the damage. That's not what we care about, right? So Wind Fury procs off main hand attack. Storm Strike hits with two hands, so it hits with main hand and an off hand. If you proc Storm Strike, this Storm Flare thing, you're gonna get another 2-time Wind Fury if you have the buff up. So this, I've global people. I've literally killed persons from 70% to 0 in one Storm Strike because this is chaining off itself. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like I don't know if it's a bug. I don't think it's a bug, but it's fucking hilarious. I mean, like, what can you ask for? It's a slot machine. It's nice. Then you have these 3 choices. I only play Earth Shield. I think it's way too good. You know, give yourself 20% more healing towards the target you heal, and it gives a bit of passive healing as well. It's gonna matter in the end, trust me. Elemental Assault is gonna give you 15% more damage on Storm Strike, and it gives you a Maelstrom stack as well, which is really nice. You don't wanna run out of Maelstrom, then you're fucked. Then we have two talents you can play in this one. Almost versus every comp I played this. It's really good, but when it comes to RMP or Shadow Priests, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of mind games. I don't want it ever to be dropped on me, I can trinket and stuff to stop it. But this talent fucks it up even more for you, right? So if you're at 40% and he uses mind games, it might do 10k damage towards you. And then it's supposed to heal you for 20%. The problem is, it damages you for 20%. So you can get flopped from 40% to 0 in 0.1 seconds. It's terrifying. You don't want that to happen. So you can press this one instead. It's gonna give you a leap, 25 yard. It's pretty good. I use this versus God comps, RMPs. Yeah, probably those, because those get the instant CC off. Otherwise, you can stop it. It's not. Let's say if you face a warrior SP, I'd probably play this instead. I think it's really good. Then I play Sundering. I think it's a good spell. You can proc Wind Fury off that as well if you use it. And then Ascendance, I use most of the times. But if I face a God comp, for example, I'm gonna play Earthen Spike, and we're gonna sit on the SP the entire game. If you're lucky and you get a few procs when you have this up, you're gonna force a CD for sure. You're gonna force Fade, maybe like a big heal, maybe even like a DB from the mage. Like you just need to go through like everybody's CDs, and then you can kill something. Or you're lucky and you slot machine with this thing, and you just flop somebody directly. Legendary choice. I've only faced people with this. I haven't tried Earthshield one. It's not my playstyle. I haven't tried Cephus. I don't think it's in the meta right now. I think you need quick games, more damage, more damage, more damage. That's how you do it. So I'm playing this. As I said before, you drop a Wind Fury turn. This works exactly like it did in Legion. It's called Doom Winds as well, when you get the poof, like this. Chance to activate Wind Fury increased by 100%, and your Wind Fury damage increased by 25%. So it's really good. It's like an on-demand burst for your class that you really need right now in this meta. It's super, super good. I love it. It's finally a good thing for enhancement shamans, We're gonna go through... Oh. We are gonna go... Okay. Relax. We're gonna go through 2v2 comps now for enhancement if you wanna climb quickly. We're gonna go through S and A tier, what I think are the easiest and the best comps for you. The best one is Holy Paladin Enhance, I would say. Holy Paladins just bring so much to the table. You have Sack, Bop, Freedom, Hodge. They can bubble and just heal you. It's just so good. But you can actually Hodge like a target, then you can pop all your CDs, you can burst them down. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, it's going to be dead. I usually force almost every CD from the other team on the first go. But it's a good comp. And then you have Enhancement Ret, which is really fun as well. It's not as safe as with a Holy Paladin, but you have a lot more burst. You don't depend on your burst alone any longer. You have a Ret Pala with playing Divine Toll maybe, and blinding people up, and they can't heal, with the blind, and they do holy damage. It doesn't break. It's disgusting. And then you have Sack from Ret Paladin as well. You have some decent off healing. Freedom. It's a fun comp. I've played it a few times. You do so much damage. It's really fun. It's really fun. Now we're gonna go to the A tier comps. I have Enhancement Shaman Disc Priest here. I think it's a fun comp as well. into certain comps. I don't like facing warriors, and there's almost only warriors right now in twos, it feels like, arms holy paladin. So that comp is not S tier any longer. It was in the beginning. I got 2.4 really quickly with that comp in twos. And now it's just like everybody has full gear, you know, a lot of Versa. They play this game for a while now. They know what to do, what to react, you know. It's kind of like in their head now. They know exactly how to react. But it's good, you know. You get PI, you get Dark. PI is Power Infusion. It gives you 20% more haste. It's really, really good for your cooldown usage. Let's say you pop stuff, you know, and you get 20% more haste on top of the Bloodlust 20% haste already. It's nasty. You can do so much damage. And your globals become shorter as well, which is nice. We like that. We like that. Then you have, let's see, you have Feral Enhance. I tried this a bit. It's okay. You have a lot of off healing again from the Feral. You can survive for a long time. You can basically other healers with this comp as well if you play it clever. And you have Bash, you have Clone, you know, like you can force CDs with that as well. It's pretty fun, you know. But the Feral needs to be able to be a, you know, he needs to be a bit of a good player, you know. It's not the easiest comp, I would say. And then finally we have the Turban Enhancement Arms Warrior in twos. I know for a fact this comp works. I've played it. I've destroyed people with it in like early season. I played with my threes partner. We played at like 2.4 MMR. My threes partner actually faced enhancement arms at 2.5 now in twos. It's definitely the hardest comp out of all of these. I would not recommend you to play it in the beginning. You know, you need need a few more hours into the game. I guess it's you need to run and yada yada. You know, abuse the game a bit. So that's my final 2 versus 2 comps. We're gonna now move on to 3v3. And there we have the best comp, I would say, for enhancement is like a Holy Paladin Turbo. So it's Holy Paladin, you have Arms Warrior, and finally Enhancement Shaman. As I said before, Holy Paladin brings a lot to the team. And then you have a Warrior as well who brings almost the same amount of stuff, you know, defensive-wise, offensive-wise. They do a lot of damage. They have Intervene, you know, you cannot be killed with that stuff. You have Fear, Stun, Disarm. You have so many things, and on top of that, they do a lot of damage. So that's super nice. After that, I have Discipline Turbo. I don't recommend you playing this comp. It's a bit harder compared to a Holy Paladin Turbo. You're safe and you feel really good for about 3 minutes, and then your priest runs out of mana and you need to like kite so much and play so well. It's super intense, and you know, it's very dampening for your brain to play this comp compared to a Holy Paladin, you know, where you can just almost, you know, like relax the entire game. But you have a few good extra things with having a disc on your team. You have more dispels. You have more dispels. You actually have more dispels on polymorph as well if you play double dispel and stuff. You have dark if you want that. You have PI, and then you have mind games. We usually kill people with mind games. It's really good. Like there's so many times where we use like force so many CDs with mind games itself, you know, like a stun after it or something. First, they have to waste a global to dispel it, or if heal through it, you know, with Divine Toller or something, like, or a major heal. And then they're just really low on, you know, maybe Bubble or a Link or, you know, everything. It's super good. I think Disc Turbo does more damage. I think that you can global people easier, and we like that. We like that a lot. More damage, yes. But in general, you're gonna drop quicker, I think. Compared to a Holy Paladin Turbo. And then you have A tier, you're gonna have Enhancement Windwalker X. I've faced this a few times. We didn't lose too many games. I think we won about like 80% versus those kind of teams. I think that comp looks so much fun. I wanna play it myself in my alt shaman, I'm getting it right now. But that comp is more of a healer killing comp, you know, like with a Windwalker on your team, your damage like never really ends because they have juice all the time. You have Ring of Peace, you can play leg sweep, you have ink caps, you know, like there's so many things that you can utilize with a monk on your team. And I think it's probably the highest burst comp in the game actually, probably, yeah. Maybe Arms Warrior Ret does more damage, but fuck it. I mean, it is what it is. I've seen people play enhancement ret and priest, holy paladin. I've seen them play enhancement ret, druid as well. Those comps works fine. You have a lot of burst in them, and you have some more off healing since you have a ret paladin, but you don't have too many peeling effects, so you kind of want to end the game super quickly. I haven't played it myself. The only thing I played was enhancement feral discipline priest. It was kind of fun, you do a lot of damage, but it was early in the season as well, where people were one-shotting each other from 100% to 0 when stuff were broken, you know. It still is, but yeah, it's kind of fun actually. We're now gonna go through the final stage of this guide, guys. We're gonna go through the conduits. We can start with Nadia. I kind of like her. I think this kind of needs a buff though. I don't think it should be. It takes too long, you know, to get it. At 40 stacks, it's, what is it that? I think it takes like 120 seconds or something to get it up. So it's for your second burst then. And it's really good. I've saved my burst with this a few times with Ascendance and PI and stuff. And you just fucking demolish people. They need to react. You can trinket like disarms and stuff. They need to almost use everything in their power to stop you, because you do so much damage. It's super fun. And then I played this. It's the Wind Fury conduit. Wind Fury weapon has a 24% chance to trigger a third attack. That's really good. I played this. So let's say I face like a Walking Dead perhaps, you know, and they start to get some people in. I get out. I can then port into them, and they're gonna be like disoriented. So every damage that they do, like Fist of Fury and stuff, is gonna be bye-bye, you know. It interrupts them. It's super nice. And then I played this, since I'm a Bloodlust Maniac, you know. This gives me Spirit Walk. Spirit Walk is a spell that gives you 60% freedom, and it removes your roots, which is super nice. It removes your roots. So let's say you're chasing a person in arena. The warrior is like 5 meters away from you. He's asking, do you have damage? I do have damage, but you're sitting in a root. Then you play this, and then you're gonna get out of your root, and then you just like running towards the person. You can just set up your burst, and then you just hammer him. I think it's super good. I like it a lot. Then you play this, or I play it. It's a healing surge, is 80% more effective on yourself. It's super good. Even more, you know, percentage on your heals on yourself. So it's like if you have Earthbind and then you have this, it's 38% more healing on yourself. It's super good. Then I played this. I don't see too many people playing it. I know Loveless plays it. It's super nice, because if you want to be more aggressive in your goes with Chain Harvest and stuff, it's gonna make them crit more often, and that's why I'm going crit. Because let's say I'm playing with crit right now. This is gonna give me 30% chance to crit with the Chain Harvest. I think that's good. And then I played this because I hate roots. I hate silences. I hate everything about them. The duration of incoming interrupts, snares, and root effects are reduced by 25%. It's super good. I like it. Then I'm playing General Draven. So this, Service in Stone, damage taken below 40% is reduced by 10%. Upon death, you leave a stone husk behind, which shatters after 3 seconds, inflicting 100% of your maximum health and damage. It's 50% in arena. So it's really good. It's super good. And then I played the Bloodlust one. So I get freedom. I played this. So I get the shield when I use my teleport. I played Wind Fury again. I played healing. I played this Earth Elemental. It's super good. I go from, let's see, 40,000 HP to 51,000 HP in just a second. It's super good if you face like an RMP, you know. Let's say you survive the first go with a Trinket Wall. The second go to intervene you, the warrior, if you play Turbo. And then you can put up your Earth Elemental. Then you're going to have 51k to begin with, and that's hard to push through, you know, for for an RMP. Even though they have a lot of damage, it's hard for them to push through that. And then I played this. Successfully interrupting an enemy or dispelling an ally increases your critical strike chance by 10%. So since we're playing a Disc Turbo, we need all the damage we can get. I think this is super good for that. I think that if you get a kick before you do your damage, you know, when a healer or something, or like you do damage towards a priest and the mage casts polymorph, you kick it, you get more crit chance, you can do more damage, more kill opportunity. But I think most people play this actually. And if I would go this route, I would choose either Lavish Harvest or Focus Lightning, depending on what you want. This is more crit chance with your Chain Harvest, and Lavish focus lightning. It increases your healing more, depending on how many maelstrokes you have, and the damage from the maelstrom stack as well. And this gives you, if you stand still for 4 seconds, it gives you 10% more stamina, and you heal for 4% more healing. So it's a really, really good overall talent. I would recommend maybe playing this if you play a Holy Paladin Turban as well, or if you want to do more damage, you take this. It's up to you. It's up to your play style, you know. You need to find your comfort zone. That's the most important thing. If you feel comfortable with enhancement, the way you play it, don't like try to find a way to play it with your team then, you know, make it work with those guys. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the short enhancement shaman guide. I stream on Twitch, so please come by my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/don'tspute. And yeah, please tell me what you think about this guide. I've never done this before, so it's a quick one. I hope you like it, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.